Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your show, Good Morning Kuwait. This is your host, Abdulaziz Darwish. We are coming to you live this morning from the Ministry of Information studios here in downtown Kuwait. As usual, we'll share with you a variety of segments and even several reports. We'll be with you from now until 10 a.m. And before we start, I would like to greet our working crew and also my colleague, Sarah. Good morning, Sarah, and happy to see you today.
Happy to see you too, Abdulaziz, and good morning to you, dear viewers, and everyone who's watching us through KTV2. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and special guests. So please keep watching us till the end of the episode. So, Abdulaziz, we are in the summer season. We are in the travel and vacation, season. And I know lots of people are now planning for their vacation, or they are already now they are traveling or having, let's say, a break from the work and so on. But the question is, Abdulaziz, how we can spend our vacation wisely?
Wisely, it's depend about too many situations. First of all, you already know if you want to travel to any destination, you have to prepare your schedule first. You have to arrange everything you want, like you have to prepare everything. It's same as if you want to spend your vacation wisely.
Yes.
Just check the things that most highest priority, then the necessity, then something for luxury.
Wow.
You have to arrange your schedule, you have to reschedule it all the time. That's something you need because you are spending 3 days. You will be just to relax yourself and be aware, just avoid anything that makes you little bit noise, especially the social media and the smartphones. Now it's time to enjoy yourself and live your moment.
Well, that's amazing, Abdulaziz. As you mentioned, we have to plan our vacation. We have to have pen and paper to write down what let's say the long vacation we have, like 3 days, as you mentioned, or 10 days or 2 weeks. Some people, they take like 1 month of vacation. We have to write down from the first day until the 30 days. Like every day we have to plan it. And as you mentioned, we have to disconnect from all the distribution, let's say, stuff, same as social media, let's say messages, work. We have to disconnect from the life, and you have to focus on your vacation, on your, let's say, we have to focus on, let's say, relaxation as well. And that's why we have to, let's say, pick up the great vacation for ourselves, and we have to, after the end of the vacation, we have to make yourself, let's say, valuable. You have to have like this a valuable time for the long, let's say, vacation.
It's well indeed and well said from you, my colleague Sarah. Now is the time to focus on yourself. Sometimes you need to have some little bit of break if you want to travel, just
Yes.
want to spend it in the state of Kuwait. Do you have now? It's time for yourself. You have to reschedule yourself, talk to yourself. It's never too late, we can say.
Yes.
So that's why you go to the vacation to refresh yourself till you come back to work with high motivation. And even you always keep in mind, it's never too late.
It's never too late. That's why. And you have to, let's say, learn new hobbies, new activities while you are, like, say, in the vacation. If you are staying at home, as we mentioned, disconnect from social media, from the internet, and try to practice, let's say, more sport or any type of hobbies you would like to practice from long time ago. This is your time to focus on your activities and hobbies. After the vacation, as you mentioned, Abdulaziz, you'll be fresh. You'll be happy to start, let's say, a new, let's say, era, or a new, let's say, time of your work.
And even a new era, because now is the time for yourself. So everyone who's watching us through the KTV2, keep your mind, like also my colleague Sarah said, now is time for yourself. So enjoy your moment, and also don't forget also to check the weather forecast for any place you want to go. So we have a daily segment about the weather forecast. Let's check it together with my colleague Fadil Atibi. We'll be right back to you. So stay tuned.
And we come back again, dear viewers, with our meteorologist Fahad Al-Ataibi. So hello and good morning, Fahad.
Good morning, Sarah.
It's good to see you, long time.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
So Fahad, we know we are on the 3rd of July, the most extremely hot, let's say, month in Kuwait. And we notice the weather is getting really hotter and hotter. So we'd like to know more about the condition of the weather.
Actually, July is the hottest month, it's not here just in Kuwait, around the world, We reach 50 and above 50, between 50 and 52 degrees. So it's going to be a little bit very hot this year. I always recommend all the viewers to drink enough water during the day. But after July, we're going to have, decreasing in temperature gradually It's actually middle of August, inshallah.
Inshallah, that's amazing. And I know a lot of people that are going to beaches now and they do love fishing and tanning and so on. So do you have any advices for them? It's really good for them?
Yeah, I
go?
always, recommend the viewers also who's going to the beach or, under the sun, avoid the sunlight because, it's very dangerous for the skin and any health problem.
Especially between like 12 and 5 p.m., isn't it?
Yeah, it's the peak of the highest temperature we recorded in Kuwait here.
So what about, let's say, the weather forecast for the rest of the week, Fahad?
Actually, we're gonna see what's going on until the viewers for the next few days. Good morning, dear viewers. It's gonna be very hot weather this afternoon with light to moderate northwesterly wind with a speed of 10 to 35 kilometers per hour. Tonight, it's going to be rather hot to hot weather with light to moderate northwesterly wind will continue as well with a speed of 8 to 30 kilometers per hour. As we can see on screen, we have recorded 34 degrees here in Kuwait City, also Kuwait International Airport for the minimum temperature. We are expecting 48 degrees for the maximum temperature this afternoon. State of sea, it's going to be slight to moderate and the wave height from 2 to 5 feet by day. By tonight, it's going to be 2 to 4 feet. So it's going to be nice weather if you are planning to do any sea activities for the next 24 hours. Expected weather in Kuwait City for the next 5 days. Very hot weather by day and dusty this weekend. We are expecting fresh wind for the next 5 days and there is a chance for rising dust, especially on Saturday. We are expecting dusty weather. As we can see, still maximum temperature will range between 48 to 49 degrees here in Kuwait City. But, the dust will decrease a little bit, the temperature, especially for the highest, for the maximum temperature between 47 and 45 degrees, especially over some areas. Minimum temperature will range between 32 to 33 degrees here in Kuwait City. This is our weather forecasting this morning. Thanks for watching us again. And now let's go back to our colleague Abdulaziz and Sarah.
And now from the weather forecast with our Fahad Al-Atabi to Kuna News with my colleague Abdulaziz. So let's check it out.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. Now it's time for Kuwaiti News Agency. His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Mishal Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, sent a cable of congratulations to the newly elected President of Panama, Jose Raul, on the new position on Tuesday. His Highness wished Raul a long, healthy life and more development and prosperity for Panama. His Highness the Crown Prince, Sheikh Sabah Al-Khalid Al-Hamad Al-Sabah, sent a cable of congratulations to the President of the Republic of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, on his country's National Day. In the cable, His Highness the Crown Prince wished the President of Ndayishimiye good health and well-being. Kuwait Fire Force KFF and United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction UNDRR discussed preparation to host the 6th Arab Regional Forum for the Disaster Risk Reduction, which will be held in Kuwait in October. The acting chief of Kuwait Fire Force, Lieutenant General Khalid Fahad, met the head of the UNDRR Regional Office for the Arab States, Noura Ashkar, to discuss the forum preparations. The Arab League on Tuesday affirmed the significant role of the Arab boycott of the Israeli occupation entity as an effective and legitimate the means to resist the occupation. Saeed Abu Ali, the Assistant Secretary General for the Palestine and the occupied territories, stressed the necessity to activate the regional boycott priorities and the boost of the coordination among the offices at this dangerous phase, amid based to eradicate the Palestinian cause. This is our news for today. Let's go to this break. That will continue our show. Good morning, Kuwait.
And we come back again, dear viewers, with Good Morning Kuwait, too many reports and segment, dear viewers. And as we discussed, me and you, Abdulaziz, in the early morning about the vacation. So do you have any, say, early vacation so soon?
Actually, I am planning to do a vacation soon enough. So that's a good thing because I already mentioned you in the beginning, you have to prepare yourself. But I have too many certain destinations I would like to visit.
So we'd like to mention one of them. What's
One
your
of them,
favorite?
for sure, people like to travel to UK this time because of the weather. So maybe because I want to change the mood now from Asia, East Asia to
Europe. Yeah,
yes.
I know Europe actually is extremely hot as well, but it's not same as Kuwait, but it's really lovely, sunny, and it's really a great vacation to change your, let's say, atmosphere. You can see another people, another culture, whether it's in the UK or United States or so on. So we have too many, let's say, dear viewers, report and segments. The United Nations had designated 7 September as the International Day of Police Cooperation. This is being marked for the first time in 2023.
And how did Kuwait reflect this great day? So let's welcome Nasrin Rabi'an, the UNHCR's representative to the state of Kuwait. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, and thank you very much for hosting me in your program. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning to you, Nasreen. So first of all, we'd like to know, let's say, how important is the World Refugee Day globally?
Well, as you know now, with increasing crisis, increasing challenges, I mean, since the United Nations has decided to mark one day per year, a day to honor refugee resilience. So it is not about remembering refugees, but it is about one day where we can stand and stop and look and reflect on how refugees could be an important pillar in the society, is not a burden, and reflect on their resilience and work together for them to thrive, not to go down with the circumstances that force them to flee their countries of origin. So for this year, for 2024, every year, of course, UNHCR adopts a theme that focus on certain area. This year, for 2024, the UNHCR adopted what we call towards a world that is more welcoming to refugees, that focus on solidarity with refugees and solutions for refugees. We always look at it from a positive angle, not a negative angle. So this is our theme globally for this year.
Nice. And also, Madam Nasrin Rabi'an, what about the World Refugees Day local initiatives? Because now we are commemorating this day. I want you to elaborate more about this topic.
Yes. Now, as we said, just a little bit to speak on the global theme and how we connected it to the local initiative. The global theme, it's more calls the world, despite all the increasing challenges, to work on solidarity with refugees, to give them safety, to offer them opportunity, but ultimately to work on solutions. Now, what we did in Kuwait, we made two initiatives that actually reflect this theme. The first initiative was in collaboration with the Kuwait Fund and under the patronage and attendance actually of His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs. Mm-hmm. We did on the 13th of June an event where we aimed at to mark our partnership with Kuwait Fund that supports around 700,000 refugees in the past 5 years through different sectors in different countries, in Jordan, in Iraq, in Yemen, in Iraq. And Kuwait is one of the top donors globally. Kuwait, under the theme of World Refugee Day, it reflects what we call shared responsibility to support countries that host refugees by enabling them to offer services to these refugees, not to be burdened. So Kuwait Fund, in partnership with UNHCR, we made a great project to support humanitarian needs, as well in health, in wash, in different sectors, but also longer-term sustainable solutions, like our project which we launched last year in Iraq. So we did not think of a better partner than Kuwait Fund under, of course, the very generous attendance and patronage of His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs, and with the presence of many partners from the Kuwaiti civil society, individuals, as well as diplomatic corps. So this is our collaboration with government side, but we had also another very beautiful initiative that we did with the private sector, with Al Shaya Group, what we called Kidzania and Quest. We hosted what we called a Solidarity Day to focus on children under UNHCR's care, to recognize that almost half of the displaced persons worldwide are actually children. So in this event, which took place in the Avenues Mall in the premises of Kidzania, we had 35 children and their families to participate.
Nice.
We had also Kuwaiti volunteers, and it was also sponsored by Al Siqa Group.
Nice.
Just to end with the last note, that shows that all different segments of the society in Kuwait supported us in marking this day, private and government. Thank you.
You are most welcome, and a special thanks and appreciation to Madame Sarah Albaker. She's the UNHCR's representative to the state of Kuwait. Thank you so much for your efforts and all the people who's working in this entity, and also the Good Morning Kuwait producers providing different kind of reports also.
Exactly, Abdulaziz. We know the Sabah Al Ahmed Center for the Giftedness and Creativity, affiliated with the Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Sciences, announced that the launch of the upper STEMship program for the year 2024 under the slogan Development Your Practical Skills, and it is concerned with the preparation of the professional trainers from the young Kuwaitis specializing in the field of technology, integrated science and digital manufacturing.
And also the center's work plan includes providing intensive and comprehensive apprenticeship of the job training program for the university trainees, third and fourth year students about to graduate or recent students in 2024, especially since the center is considered a distinguished platform that seeks to enhance the knowledge. So let's go to take a look for this following report, so stay tuned.
The Sabah Al Ahmed Center for Giftedness and Creativity, affiliated with the Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Sciences, announced the launch of the apprenticeship program for the year 2024 under the slogan Develop Your Practical Skills, and is concerned with preparing professional trainees from young Kuwaiti specializing in fields of technology, integrated science and digital manufacturing. The center work plan includes providing intensive and comprehensive apprenticeship and the job on training program for university trainees, third and fourth year students about to graduate or recent graduates in 2024, especially since the center is considered a distinguished platform that seeks to enhance the knowledge and technical skills of trainers and enable them to provide training, high quality according to the latest training methods and techniques.
We are celebrating this evening graduation of class 2024 of our students in the Academy of the Creativity and also the creativity classes. We are having this on an annual basis, and this is our fourth year. We are wishing all our students all success in their life. We are so proud of them, alhamdulillah, and we are looking forward for future events, inshallah, and more graduates.
Wow, as we noticed in the report, it's really an interesting topic. This is an ancient art used for over 3,000 years. Puppetry accompanies creativity, performance, and craftsmanship. Puppets in many shapes and forms, such as a human, animal, or mythical creatures, are widely used for ceremonial rituals, celebrations, or educational purposes. A unique way to tell stories and connect with audiences for all ages. With no languages barriers, puppets represented in the different customs and traditions are available educational tools successfully animating the idea to the audience. To know more about this interesting topic, let's welcome engineer Iman Jawahiri. She is a co-founder of Educational Puppet Show. So hello and good morning, engineer.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for hosting me in this program.
You are most welcome. It's really an interesting. I know a lot of viewers, especially the one who really love the puppet show, they're really interesting now to know more about, let's say, your story. So first of all, we'd like to know more about yourself. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Iman Jawahiri. I'm a computer engineer. graduated from Kuwait University. Now I'm retired. I started my puppet show, Mani Puppet Theatre,
Yes.
2 years ago upon a trial of interpreting Surah Al-Fil from the Holy Quran in one of the summer courses with the children. So I noticed the attention, the silence, how the children loved the puppets. So the idea was to establish a real theater, large stage,
Yes.
with many puppets shapes, costumes according to the occasion, and presenting them with a story, well-studied scenario, of course, to present the lesson, the advice in an indirect way, so the child can accept it more than a direct way from parents or teachers or caregivers.
Wow, that's really a great idea. So let's say from 2 years you had that spark let's say to produce this idea.
Yes.
So each one of their puppet has its own, let's say, story.
Yes.
We're gonna talk more about the story of each one of them.
Yes.
So what makes actually this puppet shows really special for you, engineer?
Okay, I want to make one thing clear. I'm a computer engineer, and so many will say, what is this specialization has to do with education children? What I'm telling you and what we are discussing from all information, I got it from reading so many researches and studies was done from many universities.
Okay.
And I have these researches and books for references for whomever would like to ask. The use of puppets in education has proven to be less stressful environment for education. The child hides behind a puppet. It provides like a hideout, a disguise for a shy or timid child to express his feeling or express his idea or even secrets.
That's amazing.
When you hand the child a puppet, it is in his own authority to select the puppet. So he feels that he is in control. When he is in control, he starts expressing more widely, imaginary, and he can exactly start talking verbally, larger vocabulary.
To be more, let's say, confident.
Of course, more confidence. And it's an indirect way of teaching. It is not like the teacher in an environmental, traditional way of teaching. No, it's a puppet. The puppet has less stressful effect on the child than a teacher or any caregiver.
Wow, that's amazing, Engineer Iman. So actually, how did you start learning how to do, let's say, a puppet show? Is it like a self-taught, let's say? Or?
Yes, I self-taught myself using books, many websites.
Yes.
I also read many researches that were done about studying with, teaching with puppets.
Yes.
I was amazed how it has a big influence on the child. The child by himself taught with a puppet. I'll tell you about a study.
Okay.
Has been made in Slovenia. This Dr. Mورننج, this is what his name, on more than 27 child that were taught by using puppets in one semester. We're talking about from 4 to 10 years. From many teachers, they have used the puppets as a way of education. They have found that this exactly group of the 27 child, by the end of the semester, had a very larger vocabulary than the other children.
Okay.
Because, you know, the child by himself is the one who's holding the puppet.
Yes.
He's the one who's forced to move and think his mind so he can express the word. So it's a time for our children to think.
Yes.
To rework their brains after these cell phones and all these machines has stopped the imagination and stopped the thinking methods of their minds.
That's amazing, Engineer. So it's not like your self-pleasure actually producing, let's say, such an amazing puppet. Actually, you are helping, let's say, children to be more educated, to be more creativity, and also it's helped the literacy to be developed. Is that true?
Developed, emotionally developed. The child by himself is selecting his own puppet, even if they are emotionally disturbed. There are so many aspects in life that you cannot address directly, such as abuse. It is a very sensitive topic to address, whether it's from the child or from the teacher himself or herself. So by using a puppet in an indirect way, indirect method, the child will be more freely to express by questions and answers. This is what happened in one of the faculties in New Zealand.
Okay.
From teachers from 5 years to 10 years experience. They have studied how to improve the education method by using the puppets. So the puppets was in one direct lesson from the teacher, asking a question to the students by a conflict situation between the children. Two children are praying together, so a third child wants to join, and they will not allow him. So the teacher asked the children, what should they do? Now starting for all the children to think.
Okay.
What will we do? What do you suggest Froggy to do? After the children suggest all these solutions, we take these solutions and apply them to the real environment between the children. Some of the children, if they want to solve their own problem,
Yes.
they come and pick up a puppet and go and direct talk to the child
That's
with the problem.
amazing.
Yes, this is the
actually.
thing.
So we are targeting here, like what ages? Like you say, child and child, like between 2 years old till 10 years, for example. Or?
4, currently 4, and beyond 4 to 10. And I'm telling you, even adults enjoy the puppet show.
Amazing.
Yes.
I know. So what about the autism? Let's say the people, actually a child who has
Yes.
like autism, that really can
Autism,
help
or
them?
even in the Down syndrome, they have very enjoyed the puppet show.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, مركز الخرافي Center.
Yes.
We have been to the Khurafi Center and we have implemented one of these puppet shows.
Yes.
They were very happy, very amused. They hug the puppets. They believe that they are the characters who are talking, who are dancing.
Yes.
And they just strongly hug the puppet. They enjoyed the show, really. For autism, it will be
More
not that easy. See, the autism child is very sensitive towards high voices and very fast movements. So we
Yes.
have to be more careful with dealing with them. But they do enjoy the puppets in a quiet environment with their own specialist, of course.
Yes.
Then we can.
So children can really enjoy the puppets, even the adults. Can you please hand me the one you are holding?
one?
Which one? Anyone.
You want Hamoud or the clown?
Hamoud.
Hamoud. Okay, that's Hamoud.
Because actually, I'm jealous of his hair. Actually,
Yes.
it's really smooth hair.
Yeah, smoother.
Smooth hair.
It's a very nice story that we were talking about bullying between sisters and brothers.
Okay.
So
you have
Hamoud
to
has-
close his mouth. Okay.
Yeah, he has inherited his nice hair from his mother, and Mnira here has inherited her hair from her father.
So they are brother and sister.
Brother and sister.
Okay.
And he keeps bullying his sister about her hair.
Oh.
Yes,
that's-
this is the story of says, why me? So she
Okay.
asked her mother, why me? We're talking about the blessing that we have. It's not only how we look. There are
Okay.
other blessings you should think about.
So each puppet has, let's say, its own story.
Of course.
So this story, Hamoud has his sister Nira,
Yes.
who has really, let's say, curly,
Yes.
frizzy hair,
Frizzy
and
hair,
he
yes.
has
And he-
really smooth hair.
Yes.
And she said, "Why me?"
Why me? Why me? Why did I inherit this hair? Why not? I'm a girl. I'm the one supposed to have a nice hair, not Hamoud. What exactly is the story?
It's like a wisdom actually for the children
Yes,
to
of
learn a
course.
story about that.
So many of these subjects are not addressed exactly between the parents and the child. You need exactly sit with your child, address this topic,
Yes.
start communicating with your child. When we went one of these birthdays, so one of these mothers came to me and said, I like the story. I want you to come to my daughter's birthday
Yes.
and do this display. So we did it. And I saw exactly why did she ask such a specific story.
Okay.
We had the same situation there. We had the bullying between brothers and sisters. And we talked about the blessing. See, when I present a girl to the play,
Can we
I
show the
never say pretty. We don't start with pretty. We start with smart, educated,
Okay.
love to learn, very sweet, empath, but we don't say, first of all, beautiful. No. And this is wrong, even in the stories.
We
in the
don't want to
children.
implant the idea of, let's say,
Oh, the physical beauty.
physical beauty.
No,
We
no,
have
that's
to
not
like
that.
focus on the, as you mentioned, the smartness, the
blessings,
intelligence,
yes.
creativity
Last
for
thing
the
we
children.
say, a beautiful girl.
Okay.
Yes, this is how you start a story to build the self-confidence between the child. It's not, and we had bullying about the colors, rich and
Exactly.
poor. Every topic by itself.
And you are actually breaking the ice for all the barriers of that,
Yes, of
those,
course.
let's say, topics. So each one has, as you mentioned, its own story. So let's say about the bride there. She's a bride.
Yes, the bride,
She's a
Hajar.
beautiful bride. Yes.
Yes, Hajar. Sometimes.
Oh, her name is Hajar.
Hajar. Every one of them has their own name.
Their own name,
Yes,
that's
their own name. Hajar, Mnira, and this both before was the minister of the school. And I believe this is the traditional طيبة. طيبة
Okay.
loves always to dress the traditional. And it's not about only the human shapes. We have the clown. This clown we really use to express the emotional feelings of the child.
Can you explain more about
Yes,
that?
you're
Okay.
happy, you're sad. Sometimes the child by himself cannot express the feeling itself. Mad, sad, angry, they are
Exactly.
different. But they are different even in expression. You have to ask the child, why are you mad? First he feels, he accepts, he understands, then he communicates.
Exactly.
So if I put this puppet in the front of the child and he is happy, he will select the clown and
Okay.
start dealing with it. Another puppet I have, which is the sad face. Are you sad or happy? He selects the sad face. And we start talking. Why
Yeah.
are you sad?
That's really
Elaborating.
amazing, Engineer Iman. We'd like to know actually the last question about, let's say, the book there, Don't Feed the Monkey Mind.
Yes, this is the book that
In
we
a
have
brief way.
starting. Yes, brief. This is how we start using the puppets in some
Yes.
of the books. It's also for the teenagers
Yes.
this time. Many conflicts we have in between the teenager, the perfectionism. I cannot make any mistakes.
Okay.
Taking more responsibilities, just to have friends. I have to do anything just to keep my friends.
Yes.
Some of these topics were also addressed by using the puppy.
Wow, that's really amazing, Engineer Iman. Actually, I really enjoyed the puppets, how we can say the children actually. I'm pretty sure they are really enjoying the puppets and will be more creative, more educated.
Hopefully.
Because of the puppets. Actually, I wish you all the best of luck of your project.
Thank you very
Big
much.
thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Engineer Iman Jawahri. She is a co-founder of Educational Puppet Show. They are the Kuwaiti Student Club in Jordan, a group of students that have been working together as a team to provide the students studying in Jordan with all the information they need, making sure they could feel like home with all the activities we provide so we don't neglect their education, physical and mental needs, trying to improve, let's say, our club day by day, with the little changes as we go, proving the connections with the community around them. To know more about this topic, let's follow this report.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. We are moving for our second interview segment. We'll talk about our distinguished guest. She got into fitness when she was early 20s, studying at the work in that field. As a child, she was suffered from the severe asthma and didn't really like fitness. But when in the early 20s, she realized that she has to change and to subscribe to gym and then get a result very quickly. And in the 8th month, she met the coach who become one of the UK's best already hypothesis therapists and even the coach for professional athlete. She just suggested to compete and she did. Her first competition went against the amateur and placed the 5th. In the meanwhile, she gained level 3 personal training certification. So let's welcome Coach Jelena Filipova. She's the head coach. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
You're most welcome and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much for joining us in our show, Good Morning Kuwait. Our working group preparing a good introduction about yourself and your journey. So how you become a professional athlete from the early 20s until today, Coach?
So I started to train and then I met my coach. When I met my coach, we decided to compete. 2017, obviously to get to the British finals, you have to go through the qualifiers. Then I won the British Championship in 2017, went to USA and got my pro card.
Pro card, but along this all years you are working in the professional field as an athlete. How was the family support with your coach?
My family supported me from the fitness point of view, like for the health. As I say, I came off all the medication after I started fitness. From bodybuilding side, no, they didn't like it just because of the health. Like bodybuilding is not the healthiest lifestyle. So that's the only thing what they didn't like is the exactly bodybuilding.
You mentioned something important. Bodybuilding is not the healthiest sport. Why is not healthiest sport? I know like that time, not today, people now more aware.
It's not healthy, neither physically, neither mentally. The pressure is too much, the dieting, you know. And for females, it's not healthy to be that lean in this condition. So I would avoid it.
So this is the good thing. Even you are giving like coaching and also instruction to your clients and also the athletic. Be aware of yourself, right?
Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself that maybe after a few years, it will come back to you in a health-wise. So maybe it doesn't happen at the current moment, but later it will come back to you.
In the long years. So coaching in UK, I know this kind of country, UK is one of the pioneers for fitness level, for the wellness level. As a person, as you have to compete in a very high level in coaching and certificate and everything, how was the life there in UK, especially for the athletics?
You see, I had a very good team around. I had my coach, my nutritionist. They gave me all their experience, Richard and Paul. So it is very competitive. But me as a person, I'm very competitive as well. So we just go through it. As I say, whilst I competed, I was doing my AAT job in this field. And then I slowly moved to fitness, so now nearly a decade.
So how was like the instruction with Mr. Pulao? On behalf of our show, I'd like to send him our greetings in the studio. How was the benefits for this kind of person? He's a very famous coach and he's very famous physiotherapist, coaching Jelena now to become as a professional as now.
You see, he coached many, many athletes, from golfers, sprinters, Olympic canoeists, you know. So anytime he would train them, he would take me as well. So that's where I got my most experience from the training. He rehabilitated so many injured people. So it's his experience, I took it on from him.
You took it from him, and that's why this kind of people will not forget it. That's a good thing. You have to always be appreciative with the people in your lives.
Same for Richard. Richard was my nutritionist, so he dealt with my diet, nutrition. He understands. It's very hard to find a male who will understand you as a coach, as a female, because we work very different. So he understands us. So as I say, I had a very good team around me.
No, so that's why it's a good time. You have to be always a positive people surrounding you to motivate yourself to be the best.
True, very
That's why we'll talk about the British Champion Figure Tournament. I know this kind of the championship and this tournament, it's like one of the well-known and famous events in the world. And if you compete in the stage, and people, the audience, just like observing you with the judges, all professionals, and the medias are there, are huge. So how was the experience that time with you?
It's nerve-wracking, but just because I was the middle category, so the last 24 hours are very important for us. If something goes wrong in these 24 hours, then we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's why my coach Richard was always with me, watching me 24 hours. So it's, as I say, it's the team, you know, it's the team. They need to understand you as an athlete, you know. You need to trial many times to get it very right on the day. It's the last 24 hours are the most important. Maybe you train for all these years, you know, but the last 24 hours, how you're going to look on the stage are the most important.
How do you look to the stage, and even the last 3 minutes on the stage?
It's the performance, you know. You will see so many great athletes in bodybuilding, you know, but once they come on the stage, they cannot perform, you know, so the performance is very important. The last 3 minutes will decide, you know, where you're going to place.
That's why, like, a person who compete in a high level, now we have a different experience and steps in their life. And now you are here in the state of Kuwait, and it's considered your second country. You've been here, you're coaching, you see different athletics from different like continents, like from Asia, from Europe, from US, Latin America, Africa. So I know you got, because Russia's culture a little bit similar to Kuwait, the Gulf culture. How is the mutual culture between the two friendly countries?
Very traditional, and we have still the family values, you know, so it's, the traditions are very, very similar.
The culture, the
culture, yes.
And how the people reception, the welcoming?
Everything, yes.
How was the welcoming reception here in Kuwait with you when you come here first time in Kuwait, and now you're still working here?
It was very good. The welcoming, the people, you know, any help you didn't have to ask people. People will help here. Very kind, very, very kind. My clients, everyone. So I'm very grateful for them.
That's a good thing from you. It's very honesty and noble from a person as you, as a professional, to appreciate everyone, because everyone is a reason for our lives. I know as for you as a responsibility, you are like a coach and you've been experienced in the field. Now it's the time for you to, because you are appreciating their welcoming reception, you want to give something to them. It's your experience. How can you give them instruction to get fit always, especially in the summer season?
First of all, sleep. Sleep is number one.
Sleep.
Yeah, you need to have a sleep routine, because from the sleep, everything else will be affected. Hydration, electrolytes. And try not to eat 3-4 hours before bed. This is very important, because people think that you are sleeping, but in fact your body is working all night to digest. Therefore, people, when they wake up in the morning, they're still very tired.
Yes.
You know, so this is very, like, few things. Watch your calories, strength training, you know, cardiovascular. I know it's hot, on treadmill, in a mall, you know, just activity level.
Active yourself all the time, stay hydrated. And what is the good time to do outdoor workout, outdoor like exercises? What do you recommend?
I would do cardiovascular, any cardio. I wouldn't run, but like walking in the morning on empty stomach, and then In the evening, you do your strength training.
Nice, it's a good thing. Now these days you notice like a coach, because we are investing, you are with us today in the studio, you are being experienced in the field. You saw now during the COVID until today, people now going towards for the online coaching. You will see the videos and people give instructions. How do you see the online coaching, coach?
I don't believe that much into online coaching, just because, particularly for people who never trained before, just because it's very different for me to write it down and actually be with you present to fix your form. Let's say if my feet position, even if I send you a video, my feet position will not suit you. Everyone is different, you know. So people just need to be aware of these things, you know. Just invest into PT, and then once you move forward, they can give you an online program.
Nice. So you noticed, yani, you want to send a message to the viewers. People-to-people relation, face-to-face live coaching is better than online.
Yes, of course. We need to fix their forms. You know, that's why it's personal training. Everyone is very, very different. You know, we need to see how your body moves. No way through online I will be able to say where are your weaknesses, where are your strengths. So it's better to invest for a bit into your personal training, person to person, and then if you're comfortable, you move on to online.
So, coach, how do you see the difference between before and now for PT nowadays and PTs and last time, a long time ago?
You see science, exercises, fitness get new, but coaches stay the same. Many coaches are very still behind just to come to gym, throw very heavy weights around. But no, fitness has progressed massively, you know, so we need to see how you move, again, your strength, your weaknesses. So yeah, we just need to upgrade as well, you know, not just going heavy weightlifting. Maximum you're going to get is injured.
Nice. We can say all the times, Coach Jelena, we appreciate you and we are very proud of you. And welcome to your second country, state of Kuwait. We see all the time, good times run very fast. We didn't fill the time. Thank you so much for joining us, but sure you will be here again. We'll talk more about fitness, okay?
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So special thanks and appreciation to our guest, Jelena Filipova. She's the head coach. Now let's go to the stand break. They will continue show Good Morning Kuwait. So stay tuned.
That was really a lovely interview with my colleague Abdulaziz. It was really also a lovely episode, dear viewers. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. See you for our next time and have a lovely day.
Have a lovely time and see you tomorrow.